United Nations Security Council convened on Friday to discuss the latest developments in Ukraine. American, Russian and Chinese envoys traded barbs over the ongoing conflicts in Europe.
Russia intends to dismantle Ukraine as a geopolitical entity and dissolve it from the world map entirely. We're seeing growing signs that Russia is laying the groundwork to yet again attempt to annex more of Ukraine's territories.
The denazification and demilitarization of Ukraine will be carried out in full. There must no longer be a threat from this state to Donbass, nor to Russia, nor to the liberated Ukrainian territories, where, for the first time in several years, people are finally able to feel that they can live the way they want.
While some country has repeatedly emphasized the principle of sovereignty over the issue of Ukraine, it has incessantly challenged the sovereignty of China over Taiwan, and even deliberately created tension in the Taiwan Strait. This is a disregard and infringement of the principles and purposes of the UN Charter.
The war triggered by the Russian invasion of Ukraine is over 5 months old and shows no signs of ending. Instead, the fighting is intensifying. In the face of such a grim prospect, the agreement signed in Istanbul to facilitate the safe transportation of grain and foodstuffs from Ukrainian ports constitutes a big enough hope for humanity.
It is the responsibility of international partners to ensure Russia's compliance with its obligations within the framework of the safe functioning of the grain corridor. This is the only prerequisite for unlocking more than 20 million tons of grain from last year's grain harvest in Ukraine.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held a phone call with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov for the first time in nearly 6 months. Blinken pressed Lavrov to accept a proposal for the release of 2 Americans detained in Russia.
The significant proposal that's been on the table for some weeks now that would lead to bringing home Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner. I urged Foreign Minister Lavrov to move forward with that proposal. I'm not going to characterize his response, and I can't give you an assessment of whether I think things are any more or less likely, but it was important that he hear directly from me on that.